Hey guys, DB right here, continuing with What If Sailor Moon Was in Dragon Ball Z, Part 5, continuing right where we left off, with our heroes on their way to planet Namek, the company being at this point Bulma, Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and 6 of the Sailor Guardians. 2 had lost their lives in the battle against the Saiyans. That was Sailors Jupiter and Mars, who are, I guess you could say, with Yamcha and Chaotzu right now, making their trip on Snake Way to King Kai's place. And, well, as our heroes, are heading into the final stretch of their trip in space, Army and Gohan have seemed to really connected and get really started to get along due to they both like a good study session. Army Mizuno, aka Sailor Mercury, if you don't know, and of course we know what Gohan's like with his studying, especially when Chi-Chi keeps making him. And not that Gohan really complains about that too much, but Army can tell that yeah, his mother pushes him way too much. I mean, even Army Mizuno has a bit of a life, does have a bit of a life after study, where Gohan, to date, doesn't really sneaks off and trains and whatnot whenever he can. At least if we were at that part of the story. But bottom line is, them two have really started to get along, and well, everyone else is sort of doing the meditation visual training thing, including the Sailor Guardians. Usagi is really bad at it. Oh, how come I keep losing? How good? And yes, Artemis and Luna are also there for this adventure. I always forget to count the cats. Always. And yes, Saturn is there as well. Yeah. So, basically, now with them pretty much landing on Namek, and at this point, they are ahead of Vegeta, and remember, as I stated in the previous part, Frieza's dealing with something on another planet right now, so he's not really running towards planet Namek at this point. Oh, it's no bother, those Dragon Balls will still be there by the time I get there. That is, except now Kui has told Frieza that Vegeta's making a bolt for planet Namek despite his orders to stay at Frieza base so Frieza can deal with him. Yeah, I'm afraid Vegeta knows what that means. It's time to get some Dragon Balls, become immortal, and dethrone the Emperor. So, with Frieza pretty much deciding to finish up his business on this other planet, and when I say business, I mean blowing it up. Because, you know, Frieza does that. Well, it seems I have to discipline a monkey. Zarbon, Dodoria, do ready my armor. I want it ironed and pressed in time for the big battle against Vegeta. Ha 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 ha. So with that, Frieza is now indeed on his way to Namek, but at least right now, it would seem the good guys have the head start. And thanks to Army transforming into a Mercury form and using her visor device, she's able to pretty much detect how far the first Namekian village is, and when them and basically the group who go to the village, the first village is Gohan, Piccolo, and Army. they figured bringing everyone there might actually spook the Namekians, because they have been told that the Namekians are actually a peaceful people. So perhaps seeing Piccolo, another of their kind, might ease their tension a bit, and Gohan, a little boy, and this, cute girl being pleasant with them. Yeah, there shouldn't be any hostility anyway. So, essentially, as they are heading to the village, they do notice Vegeta's space pod, and of course sense his energy as well, and know that Vegeta's now on the planet. And there's this other one who's not quite as strong as Vegeta, that would be Kui, following him, and they're currently engaging in battle. So they're using this distraction to sort of speed up, get to the village, and Army Mizuno explains the situation and decides to greet them in their native tongue. Wait, what? DB right, when did Army Mizuno learn Namekian? Well, all that time while Bulma was readying the ship, Kami's old ship, Army used the opportunity to learn as much Namekian as she could from what Kami knew from their language. And pretty much she's spent the entire trip in space studying a bit of a Namekian dictionary that Kami had manifested for her. After all, Kami does have mystical and magical abilities. I mean, if Piccolo can turn a tail into a sword and Gohan's old clothes into clothes that look like his dad's, then surely Kami can muster up a book. So, at this point, she warns them of the danger of the Saiyan, Prince Vegeta, and that he will be here to claim the Dragon Ball, and that basically they're here to stop him from doing so, and that they also want the Dragon Ball because Vegeta had hurt people on their planet, and they need their Dragon Balls in order to bring them back. And so, after hearing this, the Namekian decides to hand over the Dragon Ball. Now, normally, you'd have to take some sort of test of courage or something to gather the Dragon Ball. And the fact that they can sense Vegeta's power from here, the Namekians as well, the fact that these guys had the courage to stand up to power like that, it definitely made them already worthy to receive the Dragon Ball, in as far as those Namekians' eyes were concerned. So like that, our team have managed to gather their first Dragon Ball. And they would sneak back to the hideout, which is now a cave. Got to get that ship out of sight and everything like that, and stay hidden. I guess the good thing about Frieza's men not being on the planet is that the ship hasn't been blown up. It's in a dino cap right now, and everyone is just hanging out in the cave. Already received their first Dragon Ball. They then decide to go ahead with the next one. Gohan deciding to stay back this time, and this time it's Mizuno, it's Army, Usagi, and Piccolo. And by then, they have grabbed their second Dragon Ball, and since then, Kui has been vanquished, and Vegeta has managed to gather a Dragon Ball all on his own, the same Dragon Ball he gathers at this point in the original story. The city he attacks and takes the one Dragon Ball, hides in the lake? Yeah, that part of the story. No one will find it. Before I was sensing some familiar energy. Is it really possible those pathetic earthlings have followed me here? Well, very well, Kakarot. I look forward to a rematch. You should have killed me. You've only made me stronger. And, well, Usagi, Army, and Piccolo are able to gather the next Dragon Ball from the next guy. However, this guy was, Mori. I think that's his name. It's Mori? Yeah. And Mori, advises that they take Dende with them. In fact, since Frieza hasn't attacked, they can take both the children with them. I don't know the other one's name. Did the other one have a name? I guess for now, we'll call him Little Green. Why not? But anyway, so Dende and Little Green are going with him. And, they managed to get them to the house, no problem. And being children, they're asking the visitors all sorts of different questions. And, probing them further for information, just in case, these aren't the good guys they claim to be. After all, there is still a chance that they could actually be working for Vegeta, but Mori and the other Namekian didn't seem to think so. But just in case, and then Dende pipes up after being convinced that they should follow him to Guru's place. There'd most certainly be a Dragon Ball there, and plus, he might be able to help them. So, at this point, they want the people who can get to Guru's house more or less the fastest. But they know, the second they start using their energy, Vegeta's going to sense it. So they are going to need a diversionary team to keep Vegeta's attention away from whoever's going to Guru's place. So, the team at this point, going with Dende, I guess it's pretty much halved. You've got Krillin, Gohan, Uranus, and Neptune going first. And pretty much the remaining Sailor Guardians and whoever's left of the Dragon Team, if there was anyone left, are pretty much gonna... Their job's basically to divide Vegeta's attention. And, well, I think for right now, this is where we're gonna actually leave things. So what do you guys think? You enjoying this part of the story? How are things gonna go with this little plan? Will Vegeta go after the one speeding off? Or will the remaining Sailor Guardians be able to put up enough of a distraction until they can gather their next Dragon Ball from Guru, the eldest Namek? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back again next time for the next part. Alright, catch you later.